Bret the Hitman Hart popped up looking dazed and confused. In main event, Jey Uso founded another side quest. The Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker. This is Wrestling with the Homies, and today we are talking Monday Night Raw. Boom! Now y'all know who I be. Still the same OG. It's your boy Qwan, and of course, I got my mans with me. Used to be my mans. He was in my left titty. Scream right or die. I told him I'd die with him. With me. Or whatever that bar was. You know, the old DMX joint. But y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the BFF, the coolest man in the world.
The coolest.
Cooley. The coolest. With 3 O's.
You know, I had to bar for DMX.
Right. I almost wore a DMX shirt today, but I was like, you know what? Let me just throw on the old World Series jacket.
Love
Why
X,
not?
man.
Why not? Rest in peace, X, bro. You know when
man.
DMX when he passed away, his net worth was like negative 7,000 or something like that.
What?
Like something crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry for laughing, but
God.
a negative net worth? God damn.
That's crazy, bro. Fun fact, man. DMX has one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time, bro. Slippin', like it touches. Yeah, I love Slippin'. It touch home, man. Love that.
I feel you. So Slippin' was one of the joints that I didn't like growing up. Like I love DMX. I used to love How's It Going Down? That was my joint. How's It Going Down was the one. But Slippin' was one of those joints that was just too depressing for me. And I was a kid. I was trying to have fun, play Pokemon and shit. I wasn't trying to sit in front of my TV and watch DMX be sad.
I was on BearShare and LimeWire trying to find the explicit version. Like it was so hard to find. Like it was only the clean version. I'm like, dang.
He said BearShare. Bro, I remember Remember Kazaa? Was that what this was called?
No,
Kazaa?
Maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, Kazaa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kazaa. Bro, I remember going on Kazaa and just downloading music. And I remember downloading some Britney Spears diss to Eminem. And it was a white girl rapping and dissing them. But years later, I find out that was not Britney Spears.
Hey, man. Spooky times. You know that Bill Clinton? I was not in the presidency.
Bill Clinton. Wow, that was a throwback.
Bro, scary times.
But before we go further, I got to let the people know at home, if you hear a voice, but you don't see a face, that's our boy E Almighty. He is the producer of the show. Sometimes he chimes in. So, yeah, don't be scared. Don't be alarmed. That's just E Almighty, okay? You dig?
You dig?
Cooley, man. A lot has gone on this week, man. Like a lot. A lot of annoying bullshit. We talked about it last episode. We barely touched on it. You know, Kendrick Lamar doing the pop out on a global stage. He's doing the Super Bowl. But that narrative has turned into some bullshit, and it's getting on my goddamn nerves.
Yeah.
Why do people feel so entitled to have Lil Wayne at the Super Bowl? I get that it's in New Orleans, but when has the Super Bowl ever been a hometown hero thing? When?
It's never been. People just hate LA. That's what it is, you know.
Is that really what it is? Is it really just LA hate?
It gotta be because it's LA hate, and of course it's Jay-Z hate. Everybody hates Jay-Z too, you know. Like you said, every time Jay-Z does something big, they try to bring up old things to tarnish his name.
Every time, bro. Jay can't do nothing. Jay can't do nothing without them being like, oh, well, in 2010, Jay-Z did this. It's like, okay, who cares? Who cares?
But they didn't have no problem when he didn't do the Super Bowl in 2013 when it was in New Orleans. So I don't understand.
Who did the 2013 Super Bowl show? Do you remember?
I believe it was Beyonce.
Okay. So that's why they didn't care. Because E's favorite artist, Beyonce, did the halftime show.
But if it was Maroon 5 from LA did Atlanta.
Listen, dog, I guarantee you if this year's Super Bowl.
Don't try to troll me on the show, bro. Don't troll me on the show.
All right. I won't. I'm sorry.
That was good though. You had me for a second. I was like, what?
He was ready to go. He was on go mode, but he said, you know what? I'm gonna just let it go. But yo, I guarantee you, if Maroon 5 or Coldplay or one of these old boring ass bands was announced for halftime, we would not see all this Lil Wayne discourse. But because it's Kendrick Lamar, all of a sudden, it's the biggest issue in the world. Like, what are we doing? And I love Lil Wayne. I would love to see Lil Wayne have a Super Bowl performance. But he didn't get it. Okay. That's fine. We move on to next year.
Right. And let's kill that narrative that how they saying, oh, Jay-Z got secret beef with Wayne and woo woo. Bro, Jay was just with Wayne 2 weeks ago laughing and sipping tea. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? Like,
bro, didn't Jay-Z help Wayne get out of his deal with Cash Money? Didn't he buy him out that deal? Now all of a sudden we supposed to believe that Jay-Z secretly hates Lil Wayne?
Help that man with his taxes. You know how hard it is to pay your taxes?
Bro, I'm facing tax charges right now. I owe the IRS 40 grand. No,
allegedly.
I'm just playing.
Here's my question. I got a question, though.
What's the deal?
So, if Lil Wayne was to headline, who does he bring out?
Oh, so, I mean, obviously, he would have to bring out Drake and Nicki Minaj, and I think that's what Jay-Z did.
So what are we doing? Exactly. So what are we doing? You gonna have the Toronto guy do the Super Bowl? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he's not bringing out. He's only gonna bring out Young Money because apparently I don't know how close he is with Cash Money right now these days because he didn't come out at the reunion and Birdman was mad and that's when he dissed him on stage. So who you gonna bring out?
Exactly. So if you're gonna have Lil Wayne in New Orleans perform in New Orleans and then bring out a bunch of artists not from New Orleans, then what is the point?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, hey, Kendrick Lamar it is. And Drake is doing the World Cup in a couple years. So he can go off and do that. He good. Yeah. But, hey, we about to see the pop out at the Super Bowl. So, I'm sorry. Get mad. Get mad. Get mad. But, look, before we go any further, I will say a dead horse. You know the old phrase, beating a dead horse. At some point, Kendrick Lamar got to stop this assault, dog. because if you keep attacking a dead horse, you leave yourself open for attack. You leave yourself vulnerable. It's like being a coach, right? And you're just blowing out a team by 40 points, but you leave your starters in the game. At some point, one of them dudes might get injured. An Achilles might get torn. And now all of a sudden, you missing your star player for the rest of the season when your star player shouldn't have been in the goddamn game in the first place. And that's the territory that we reach in with this whole beef because Drake right now is cooked. Drake is completely cooked. And Kendrick Lamar just keep going.
Every time, man. Every time you use that analogy, I just think about Derrick Rose, man. I think about Derrick Rose, one of my favorite players of all time, bro. Tom Thibodeau left this man in the game, and they were up like 15 points in the fourth quarter. Boom.
Left him in the game, and then changed his career forever.
Bro.
Forever. Hey, it's the 47th law and the 48 laws of power. You got to know when to get out. You got to know when you take your victory and just get out. You can't keep on shooting at a dead horse. It leaves you open. It leaves you vulnerable, and then you can get clipped. I'm seeing Kendrick Lamar get criticized right now. Kendrick Lamar has become a villain. He's become the villain. Him and Jay-Z are the villains right now, and it's making Drake look sympathetic because now Drake can play the whole everybody's against me. The whole industry wants me out of it. He can play that whole card now. It's a dangerous game. All I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Shout out to K-Dot though, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be legendary.
Yeah, we'll see. And maybe K-Dot.
And just to button that up, let's not forget Drake asked for this.
He was begging him to come outside.
Hold up, matter of fact, I got the screenshot.
He was begging him to come outside. He was standing in the middle of the street begging him to come outside.
I got the screenshot because I saved it.
What is that? What is that screen?
It
for
says,
the people at home.
When Drake posted it, he says, "Use me as a they have nothing to drop button."
I remember that post.
I remember that post.
Cooley screenshot it.
Yes, I did.
You are an idiot, man. You are an idiot. He screenshotted it so he can bring it back.
Yeah. We know how Drake posts and delete stuff all the time. So,
hey, he just like me for real. Hey, but shout out for the people out home that's listening. Look, I need y'all to do me a favor before we go any further. Before we get into Monday Night Raw, this terrible ass episode of Monday Night Raw. Yeah, I said it. I need y'all to do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. You feel me? Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Tap that notification bell, please. We need your help. We're trying to go live every single day, but we need y'all help to do it. Help us get there, baby.
Every day.
Why'd you sing every day?
I was trying to be like Nate Dogg, but it just didn't come out right. Only Nate Dogg can do it. I can't do it.
Or my man's on the internet. What's the big dude, the bald dude who just be singing the wrestling themes?
Time to play the game.
Bro, what's up with this dude? My man said, adrenaline in my soul. Like, come on, man. The internet is a crazy place. You can really get popping doing anything.
Yeah, look at the Hot 2 girl. She has a podcast.
Hey, shout out to her, bro. I ain't mad at it. Hey, get your bread. Everybody's mad at the Haktua girl for capitalizing on her little weird moment. I've seen some conspiracies floating around that I'm not gonna get into, but they kind of weird. And they might be true. I don't know.
Yeah, I've
but
seen
hey,
that too.
She getting the bag, bro. Shout out to her. I wish I can have a viral moment and get the bag, so I'm not gonna hate.
Shout out to her.
Money. Get your money.
I deplore the executives who are doing that, though.
Yeah,
I knew it.
I'm cool with her. Like, hey, man, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But like, come on, man. Like, you're an adult. So that means they're adults that are like, let's capitalize off this girl making a porn reference. How much money can I make off this? Like, dog, you're crazy. That's predator.
Damn, you're not wrong. And how old is she? She's like barely like 21 or something.
Hey,
right?
man, I said it. I'll stand next to it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know she was that young.
Yeah, she's young, bro. She's a child, to be honest. But, hey, she getting it how she live. I'm not mad at her for getting her bread. She probably is being exploited and paraded around by the powers that be. But, it is.
She's Stephanie McMahon for real in events. That's crazy.
Hey, I was looking at old pictures, Stephanie. Respectfully, bro. Respectfully. She had them things.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And on that note, Cooley, did you pay attention to Raw last night?
I did. The opening was very great. I will say that. The Wyatt Six. They beat them. I don't know if they can wrestle allegations because people was online saying, I don't know how it's gonna look. They haven't put on the full match. Blah blah blah.
By people, he means me, guys. By people, he is talking about your boy. I was criticizing it. I'm like, yo, they wearing these weird masks. This is some Michael Myers shit. How is this gonna work in the confines of wrestling? It's working.
It's working. Nikki Cross going crazy. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
Okay, but that was kind of corny when she went under the ring and then came back out with veins painted on her arms. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We're getting a little supernatural with it. It's kind of weird. I don't know about this. Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. But before we go further, can I get into my hashtag talk some Raw?
Let's get into it, man. It's time.
So let me pull up my notes. Stop. Yo, what's that guy's name, man? We need to get him on the show.
Yeah, you gotta find.
We need to get him, Boo Capone and him. Let's get him on the show.
Not the watch.
Let me pull up my notes. So let's hashtag talk some Raw. The show opened with Kurt Angle's Combat Club versus the Bray Wyatt tribute band, and off top, this looked hilarious visually. It looked like Slipknot was fighting against Republicans, bro. It looked like a group of homeless dudes were fighting for their life against the Duke lacrosse team. Wrestling is truly ridiculous. Finn Balor claimed he wasn't a sidekick, and he did it while wearing a tag team title. I'm sorry, but I got some bad news for you, my boy. The side quest king, Jey Uso, saved Zesty Taker and Mommy from getting jumped like Jim Jones at Rucker Park. Bret Hart showed up looking like Kathy Bates. I haven't seen a Canadian look that checked out since Drake after Meet the Grams dropped. Dragon Lee and Dirty Dom had a match that I'm sure was dope, but the whole thing happened during a goddamn commercial break, so we didn't see it. Our favorite skirt-wearing demon wanted Wade Barrett's hands, but instead he's getting CM Punk in a cell. WWE is brave as hell for having anything near a cage after what we saw at All Out. Unblock us, CM Punk. Finn and Dom's dad wrestled next, and respectfully, I cannot wait for this show to end. And then finally in our main event, Jey Uso and his Edgar haircut beat 3 better candidates to become Bron Breakker's next challenger, because of course he did. Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker is about as interesting as Tim Duncan. Bron Breakker versus Jey Uso is it's like Bron Breakker versus Jey Uso. It's so bad that its only comparison is itself. Maybe I'm just burned out, but 3 packs for Hunter and crew. I was bored. It was boring. I'm glad Raw is going back to 2 hours.
Hey, thank you for that. Thank you for that synopsis, that summary. I'm not mad at you.
Canceled me, bro.
No. I'm with you, man. I was bored too. Like I said a bit ago, the beginning was fire. Like I enjoyed the Wyatt Six and. What do they call again? The
American males or some shit.
Like what is going
American
on?
me.
Yeah, I don't.
The made Americans.
I don't get it, but that was cool. I know I've been on the pod saying this that I love Judgment Day, and I love this storyline.
I know,
but
keep it real, keep it a buck.
It's getting repetitive, like the same thing every week, bro. Like they come out, they talk. The Terror Twins are gonna come out. I know they're gonna come out. I'm looking at my watch, like where is Rhea? Boom, there she go, limping. It's just like
she had a crutch this week.
Yeah, I'm like, it's getting boring, man. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's repetitive, and it's been repetitive for a while. Like, I love the Judgment Day. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, all right, let's just get Finn Balor versus Damian Priest out the way so we can move on, please, because it's getting hella repetitive. And speaking of repetitive, Jey Uso again. Jey Uso, a goddamn again. We could have had Ilya Dragunov versus Bron Breakker. We could have had Braun Strowman versus Bron Breakker. But instead, the match that Triple H thinks that people want to see is Jey Uso versus Bron goddamn Breakker. And what are we doing? Cooley, what are we doing?
Man. Yo, what if Jey Uso wins? Like, bro, what if...
Bro, that's a big what if, because I can tell you right now, there is absolutely no way in hell that Jey Uso is going to win that match. We all know what's going to happen. The Judgment Day is going to get involved and cost him the match. Because why else would Jey Uso be interacting with Rhea Ripley so much? Why else would he be interacting with the Judgment Day so much if he wasn't going to get cost the match by them at some point? So obviously,
posting Rhea on his story and all this stuff. It's like, it's getting corny now. I'm like,
he was holding her hand last night when she got knocked out. I'm like, okay.
And I don't want to see Rhea go that corny route. I want her to keep that, But
no, that edge is gone, bro. That edge is gone. The edge that Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley had is gone, bro. They might as well be corporate CM Punk at this point.
Yeah, the way Damian came out, he was like, I'm going to beat you up after you're done talking. And he didn't beat him up. He was like, okay, after this time, I'm going to beat you up after you're done talking. I'm like, bro, what? I was like, it kind of reminded me of Ricochet when he was like, what did he say? Don't you worry.
He just kept saying, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm going to get you next week. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm like, okay, Ricochet. This is why they kept the mic out of your hands for so goddamn long.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on with this angle. They did have Judgment Day sprinkle all over this episode, though. It was like 5 segments of Judgment Day.
Yeah, but they were also in Canada. I'm sure a lot of people didn't make that trip over, so they had to fill time somehow. Yeah. What better way than to put a bunch of Judgment Day segments on the show?
Yeah.
But can we speak towards Bret the Hitman Hart for a second? So first off, I love that Gunther dropped the Goldberg mention. That was dope. For the people that didn't watch Raw, bro, Gunther went out there and told Bret Hart that his favorite wrestler growing up was Goldberg. And we know damn well Gunther is not a Goldberg fan. He was only saying that to troll Bret Hart.
Yeah.
But fam, Bret Hart looked bad.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because I was reading about the reports. Like, it came out probably like 3 days ago. They were saying that they don't know if Bret would make the Raw because he was battling an illness. So I was like, what's going on? And he comes. I'm like, oh. But then when he comes out, he looks clueless. I was like, oh, man, he might really be battling something. It's kind of sad, man.
He didn't know where the hard cam was. They had to get him and turn him around to the camera. And apparently he was supposed to announce that Survivor Series would be in Canada, I believe, next year. But he didn't announce it. So, like, Joe Tessitore had to go ahead and just announce it himself. It was mad weird. And I'm almost ready to say I'm worried about Bret Hart.
Yeah,
I was joking earlier, but it's like, damn, what's going on with Bret Hart? I've had people in my family who have had like dementia and Alzheimer's. So like I know the early signs of it, bro. I've seen it. It looked like Bret Hart was kind of like at some points he didn't look like he knew where he was at.
Yeah. Unless I'm almost like, whoa, I haven't been around this many people in so long. But I don't know.
I hope so. I hope that was it. But he kind of looked lost and confused. I almost want to say WWE was wrong for bringing him out there. You feel me? Like I know it's Bret Hart's hometown and we all love Bret Hart, but if he's not in condition to be seen in front of people, don't bring that man out there. What we doing?
What we doing? Damn, what a legend.
What we doing? But yeah, overall, bro, no. I didn't like nothing about this show, bro.
Sami Zayn had to come out. You know the vibes.
Sami Zayn versus Gunther is a match that nobody wants to see. Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker is a match that nobody wants to see. Finn Balor and Damian Priest is the only thing on this show that we are actually excited to see.
Yeah.
We already buried American Made or American, whatever they're called, American Me, the Americans, whatever they are. We already buried them. They've lost like back-to-back to the Wyatt Six, so that can be over with. Wyatts can go do something else. It's like, what is this show, man?
What's going on, Hunter? What we doing, man?
But the good news is it was announced that starting October 7th, WWE Raw will be going back to 2 hours. No more 3-hour Raws.
Hey, man, I pulled a little dirt. I fed onto my leads when the law came. I was so happy, bro. 2 hours, thank God, bro. 3 hours is just too much wrestling, man. Especially when, I know WWE is back in this great place, and we had to struggle with 3 hours for a long time of just BS. But at the end of the day, we don't even use all the talent on the roster, so who cares? So, I don't know why people complaining about going back to 2 hours, but I like it.
So I don't even think that the 3 hours is too long because we see pay-per-views all the time or PLEs where the 3 hours just float past. I think the pacing is off on Monday nights. The pacing is just bad. It's like stop and start. We get a match, and then we might go 40 minutes without anything happening. It's just backstage segments and commercial breaks. So by the time we get to the next match, I'm already bored out of my mind. I'm like, yo, what's going on the NFL? I could be watching football right now, but instead I'm watching this boring-ass goddamn Monday Night Raw show.
Football is back.
Football is back. It's
back.
I haven't watched. No?
No.
Why?
I don't care
Cooley,
about
you disappointing me, bro.
Yeah, I don't care about it.
You
man.
disappointed me.
I'm
last episode you announced. Last episode you told the people that you be watching these 20v1 balloon popping videos, and now you not watching football. Are you not entertained?
Yeah,
hell no.
Listen, Jerry Jones, every single year breaks my heart, and I'm just tired of it. I'm tired, bro. I'm
you
just
a
tired.
Cowboys fan?
Yeah,
we both Cowboys fans.
I was born in Texas, man. Houston wasn't around.
Stop watching football then.
Hey,
I get it. If you a
says
Cowboys
the
fan,
Houston
I get it, bro.
Texans fan.
Hey, bro, we good. Like we're good now. We got a quarterback and a running back. Like, say something. C.J. Stroud is the truth.
Okay.
Is Diggs on the Texans?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
he's gonna complain.
That's fair.
So
he's gonna catch touchdowns first.
I don't know how y'all ended up with Diggs, man. I hate that. But shout out to y'all.
But I do have a wrestling question.
What's the deal?
So, what can WWE actually do during these shows where they have to figure out these storylines for the PLEs and actually make a good show for Raw, right? Because we just had All Out, we just had Berlin, right? So that means right after you do that, you have to start a new story or inject energy into a story.
Right.
And so because you have to inject energy into a story, then that means you have to start somewhere, and the start is never going to be as good as the finish.
Of course.
So how do we judge a Raw when we know, hey, they have to put Jey Uso in this match because it moves to a bigger storyline, even though we know this match is going to be terrible right now?
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
I think the move that they're making on October 7th is the way you inject some life into the show. You cut that third hour. Because right now, like I said, Raw has pacing issues because there's a lot of filler. 3 hours is a lot of time for TV to fill, especially when you don't have a lot because you're planning towards stories that are going to come into fruition a month from now. 3 hours is a lot of time. So once you get rid of an hour of that show, now we got the ball rolling. Now it's easier to write because SmackDown is the easy watch. Dynamite for most weeks when it's not, when Tony Khan's not giving us random matches for no reason, it's an easy watch. Raw is the only show that I really have trouble getting through because that extra hour. It's so much time to kill with that extra hour. But getting rid of that hour, that's going to be like night and day. It's going to do a lot.
And we'll probably have more matches that, keep people glued to the TV because most of the time these Raws is just people just talking, they just talking, doing these promos. And it's just looking pretty, Dragon Ball Z-ish. It's just, we just watching and waiting for the next episode, Oh, there we go. Now we at the paper, the PLE now.
Right.
And, that's what happens. And, I think Hunter just cares about, his long story, long-term storytelling. Wow, that's crazy. So he don't care about these episodes. He just cares. He's worried about the PLE. So.
And I mean, also like WWE knew that it was Monday Night Football. Like it was the premiere of Monday Night Football. So they know they're going to get smacked in them ratings. So it was like, why even try to give y'all an incredible show when I know most of the world is watching football right now? Y'all will be back next week once y'all get week 1 out the way. But right now, we just going to give y'all a filler show because y'all probably not watching anyway.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
We'll see.
And also keep Jey Uso out of title matches because we know that Jey Uso is not winning any titles anytime soon. So giving him these matches is pointless because we know he's gonna lose the matches.
You know what I think is going on with Jey Uso? I think Hunter is being petty. I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
The,
I think
comments.
I'm like 100% sure that Hunter's being petty. He's like, all right, Rikishi gonna continue to complain. I'm gonna keep putting Jey Uso in these matches that he's gonna lose, and keep trotting him around the city, and that's what's gonna happen. I really think Hunter's doing this on purpose, yo. Because Jey Uso ain't winning nothing. He's not winning nothing.
Yo, since we on Triple H's criticisms, did you see that MVP walked back his comments about Triple H?
Whoa, no.
Yeah, MVP said, I never said Triple H was racist. He's clarifying his comments now. Yeah.
He ain't Dr. King.
Yeah. You need that job, huh? You need that job, MVP. No, I'm just playing.
Why y'all mad at my boy keeping his money together? Y'all want you want him to blow it up?
I want him to crash out.
Hey, look, don't crash. See, my whole thing is don't crash, kind of, and then try to clear it up afterwards. Like it's like what J. Cole did. If J. Cole would have never gotten in the ring with Kendrick Lamar, I wouldn't criticize him for it. I'd be like, you know what? You smart man. I wouldn't get in the ring with Kendrick Lamar either. J. Cole crashed out and dissed him and then walked it back afterwards. That is what I didn't respect. So like with MVP, it's like, yo, MVP, if you crashing, crash all the way. Don't crash a little bit and then be like, I didn't mean it that way, though. No. Crash all the way, MVP. If you think Triple H don't like the stand on it. Stand on that.
He ain't the real Charles Barkley,
he did say that WWE is dropping the ball with Omos, though, and I definitely agree with that. And I definitely feel like Triple H is dropping the ball with a lot of the brothers, so I'm still on board with that. But if you're going to crash MVP, crash all the way. Don't try to clean it up.
Speaking of brothers, I'm surprised what's the name signed an extension. Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, what?
Actually, nah. So at first it didn't make sense to me because I'm like, yo, they're not even using Cedric Alexander. So why did he re-up with WWE? But then I remembered something. His wife is Big Swole. And Big Swole had a weird situation with AEW where it was a little racial, and she kind of got fired. And Tony Khan went on Twitter and just pretty much said, "Yo, I fired her because she wasn't good."
I forgot.
Cedric Alexander would look crazy going to work for Tony Khan after something like that happened. So
it's not like he's going to go to TNA or something.
Yeah, or aside from TNA, where else was he gonna go?
Damn, that boy's stuck.
Right.
Jeez.
Why you leave the homie on stuck?
What movie is that?
3 strikes?
Three strikes, man. Put your hands down.
Hey, and speaking of TNA, we definitely clickbaited the last episode of this show.
Oh, what do, man?
It was called like TNA Revival or something, but we only spoke on TNA for like 20 seconds at the end. I'm like, we doing our clickbait. We on that clickbait, baby.
I thought about that. I posted that, and I was like, we didn't really talk about TNA, but let's see what happens.
Right. Hey, let's get the TNA fans to tap in too. Like, why not?
Hey, shout out TNA, man. I'm definitely tapping in this week again, man.
Absolutely.
I'm on my second week. Well, this is the third week.
Look, I'm so proud of you, brother. I'm so proud of you. But I will be more prouder when you actually start watching football again, bro. What we doing? The most popular sport in the world. You got to watch it. You can't just not watch it.
Most of the owners will own me back like 100 years ago. Whoa. They would have called us Nick Master.
On that note, let us know in the comments how y'all felt about this episode of Monday Night Raw. Was 3 packs the move? Was the 3 packs like was it better than that? Because I don't think so.
Everybody go listen to J. Cole the Badness.
Cooley over here calling the NFL racist. I don't know about all that. Damn.
That's wild.
Damn.
I got one more thing. So
what's up?
I was watching, speaking of the NFL, I'm watching the NFL this weekend. And I started to look at the Jaguars, right? Jacksonville. Because, that's Tony Khan's team was dad, right?
Big Tony.
They've sucked for 10 years.
They have.
Do they know how to run? Like, what? Is that indicative of what? Right? Because I'm like, hey man, if you can't do that, you can't figure out the NFL. Like, it's a playbook on how to figure that out, right? Like, hey man, it's a lot of people doing that well. You should be able to. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, 10
nothing.
Years, man.
So like,
you know what it sounds like to me?
Are we feeling like he's going to figure out AEW though? Like he's going to figure. They are going to figure out wrestling. They haven't figured out football, but they are going to figure. Is that what we're saying?
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like that Khan family just likes having things. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they know what to do with it when they got it, but having it, they are in the business of having it. And right now, Tony Khan has AEW. He might not know how to make it financially viable, but he got it.
He said he
right
got
now,
it.
Shad Khan has the Jacksonville Jaguars. He might not know how to make them a winning team, but he got them.
They have only had one winning season. No, they've had 3. The last 2, they were 9-8, if you want to count that, right?
Right.
But they did have a season where they were 10-6 in 2017.
Don't remember that.
Well, because they lost in the second. Yeah, they lost in the second round.
I remember
playoffs.
that.
But
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, no, they had. I remember that year. It was like, ooh, but nobody thought they were actually going to win. You know, it was just like they were doing better. But
Right.
watching it and thinking about when I was watching it this weekend, that's what it made me think about. Like, Tony Khan works for the Jaguars in some capacity. Like he has a role in there. They haven't figured that out.
Hey, the Jags have been trashed my entire life, to be honest. I can't remember a time when they were actually good. Except when they had
Maurice Jones-Drew.
They had Maurice Jones-Drew at running back at one point,
but they didn't win games.
Right?
Yeah, they was.
And I like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is dope, but
yeah, they was going in the right direction when they drafted him. But that's all you got. Well, Christian Kirk he's dope too. But
we're about to get into full football talk now.
Oh, for real. Yeah. Figure it out, Tony. Figure it out. You too, Shad. Is that his name? Shad Khan? Shad Khan?
Sound like a Mortal Kombat character.
Come on, bro. Anyway, we got games today. We got any fun in games?
Yes, we do. We have a game called Heel or Babyface. So today we are going to talk about was the character better as a heel or a babyface? So, for example, Triple H. Was his impact greater as corporate heel or rebellious DX babyface?
Oh, yeah, man, that's
tough. The DX Triple H made Triple H, the game Triple H locked in Triple H.
It did.
It's crazy because I hated all of them.
You didn't like babyface? You didn't like the brash DX when him and Shawn Michaels were running around with China.
It was cool.
Censoring their private parts with the X. That was the era. And all that.
Yeah, like that's the reason why, but like, dang, that's tough.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the heel Triple H because that defined my childhood. Growing up and hating Triple H was just like the thing to do. He was so dastardly and evil. I couldn't stand that man. So you take that away from Triple H's run, and he's not the Triple H that we know today. So I'm gonna go with heel.
Yeah, definitely gotta agree, man. Heel Triple H, and I hated his nose too.
Why Cooley got the Triple H hat on right now, dog?
That's
the thing.
He's dressed like he's in DX right now.
You are dressed like Triple H, bro. All he needs is leather sleeves on that joint.
This is the Shane Douglas hat. No, I'm just kidding.
You always gotta bring.
Nah, this
Triple H stole his swag from Shane Douglas. Damn.
Yeah, damn. I didn't even realize I had the Triple H hat on. But definitely agree with Qwan, man. Triple H as the heel, he's like man, I really hated this guy. So that means he just did his job, man. He did his job right. And I don't like him as a face. I just don't.
Damn. All right.
Okay. The Undertaker. Did he excel more as the dead man babyface or as the darker heel during his Ministry of Darkness phase?
I'm going to go with because I wasn't really old enough. I wasn't really old enough like that to see the darkness of Ministry era.
The Ministry of the darkness of Ministry.
Yeah,
the darkness of Ministry.
Well, I'll say this. I'll give you a preamble on that. When he came into WWE, it was all dead guy, right?
Yeah,
like it was evil. Like it was pure evil, right? Coming out of it's hard to be a babyface when you're coming out of a casket, right? Like it, and so, but that's why he's the Undertaker. He's not the Undertaker because of the motorcycle, right? The motorcycle was the cool Undertaker. After let's get these people a break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go with babyface. I feel like that, like you said, that's what made Undertaker. I mean, of course, he was the dead man. He had to earn and Paul Bearer, so he was a heel per se. But he kind of got turned face by the fans because people just bought into the Undertaker character and they loved it. But once he went to like the real dark side and had the Ministry of Darkness and they were like crucifying Stephanie McMahon and all that, I didn't dig that. I kind of checked out. I didn't like Undertaker cutting promos and talking. He showed back up with a motorcycle. It was like, okay, that's cool and all, but that original babyface run is the run for me. So I'm going babyface.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm going with the heel. Yes, I'm going with the heel. Those little moments is what remind me. It makes me think about those back in the days of what Triple H was. What Undertaker was about. When he was sacrificing Stephanie McMahon, I was scared, bro. I was scared, yo. Like that was really a thing. And not to mention he had the best theme song of all time in 1998 on Judgment Day, bro. Heel Taker, that's what it is. All the way.
Hi, Mr. Back in the Day.
You hear him? You hear him?
Bro, this man wanted to be a kid again so bad.
Wow.
Last but not least, Randy Orton, the legend killer.
Come on, man.
Come
on, that's easy. That's easy.
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, you're right.
Yes,
like
is it
okay. I mean,
He had his greatest run, 09 to 012. He had his greatest run as heel Randy. It was so bad when so you remember when they turned on Randy and they tried to make him face and it was horrible? Mm-hmm. They had to turn him right back to heel. That's how bad it was. So he had the title for like 2 months. Bro, heel Randy Orton all the way. I don't care what you say.
But on the flip side of that, once Randy Orton actually got over as a babyface, he was damn near the biggest face in the company next to Cena. So that babyface run kind of solidified him as one of the greatest ever.
That's because nobody was there. They didn't have nobody. Like it was only Cena, bro. Like, come on, man. What are you talking about?
He said you the star of the team because ain't nobody else over here. It's like what's my man's on the Brooklyn Nets? Not Cameron Payne. I don't know why I'm blanking on my man's on the Nets right now. Whoever the star player is, he only the star player because they ain't got nobody else.
Oof.
My man, he used to be on Michael Bridges. Michael Bridges.
Bridges.
Like, you only a star over here because ain't nobody else to pass the rock to. Who else gonna be the star? It gotta be you.
What are we talking about? Randy's been face since 2021. It's like, it's
okay,
cool.
But this is old man Randy. We can't count old man Randy. That's like Logan. We know.
Why not?
It's like Logan in the Wolverine movie. This is old man era. We can't hold anything he does right now against his career. Come on, man.
Nah, he was one of the top baby faces, but
you feel me?
Yeah. I'm still
anyway, man.
That's all I got.
That was dope.
Appreciate you for that game. The Triple H one was tough, bro. The Triple H one was tough because I never realized how much I liked babyface Triple H until right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I always thought of him as a heel, but you know what? He did have a great babyface run. Even when he got injured and he came back to, what was the song? It's a beautiful day. Beautiful song. Great song. Great song.
One of the best.
I forgot who made it, Coldplay or something. Anyway, man, I got some comments. I got some fan comments. So we actually had a clip that did pretty good on TikTok. It was the clip where we were discussing if wrestling fans are embarrassed by being wrestling fans. We got a lot of comments. So go check that out. If you haven't already, go check that out. So this comment comes from Heel Talk. And Heel Talk says, people are embarrassed of being wrestling fans because wrestling fans are embarrassing. The horror stories you hear from wrestlers when they have meet and greets is insane. You know what, Heel Talk? I hate to say it, but a lot of wrestling fans are absolutely embarrassing. But that goes for any other thing in the world. There's basketball fans that are too obsessed with it and they kind of are embarrassing. There's comic book fans who are kind of too obsessed with it and it's kind of embarrassing. So we can't just single out wrestling fans and say, yo, all wrestling fans are embarrassing. But, you know, the thing about a lot of wrestling fans is they try to get you involved in whatever gripes they got going on in their head, right? So, like, I can be on X app and I can just go ahead and tweet out, yo, All Out is dope. This might be the best pay-per-view of the year. And immediately the comments underneath will be someone trying to combat me and bring up WWE or bring up something wrong with AEW. And it's like, dog, why are you doing all that? Who said I wanted to take place in any of that?
Right.
You feel me? Like, what are we doing?
I thought about that yesterday. I was looking at the comments, and I was like, it's amazing how many people tell us we're wrong, but never tell us what they think. Right? Like, I'm okay with you saying I'm wrong. Like, I have no issue with that. But tell me what you think. But in the comments, it'll say, I can tell you don't watch wrestling. That's not what's wrong with AEW.
Okay, so what's wrong?
What's wrong with AEW?
What's
crickets?
Let me know.
Crickets. Like nothing.
Give me advice.
It's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Bro, the other day I said I can't wait to see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match, and immediately somebody was like, "It won't be better than Swerve versus Hangman, though." It's like,
we always comparing.
Okay,
bro.
like, are you trying to get me to debate you right now? Because I'm not going to. I just liked it. I'm like, okay, Hart.
That's tough, man. Wrestling fans is tough. Like,
wrestling fans are insane,
deny
but
that,
hey,
bro.
But we are wrestling fans, so it is what it is.
Yeah, no, we're part of the problem. We're part of the problem.
We might be crazy and just not know.
Yeah, I'm not dodging that.
And then this other comment was from Kane, spelt with a C, not like the mayor of wherever he is. Where's Kane mayor of?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jonathan Majors.
No. What?
Because he had a Kane, like,
Oh no, I'm talking about like the big red machine, Kane, bro.
Oh, you talking about Glenn
Ain't he like
Jacobs?
mayor of like Tennessee or some shit?
Yeah,
something like that.
Mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Knox County. I've never even heard of that until Kane got that mayor job. Yeah. But Kane says, as far as being embarrassed about being a wrestling fan, he says, it probably helps that WWE particularly is the hottest it's been in 20 years. It was pretty embarrassing to be a WWE fan for a while because the bad outweighed the good for a long time, but that's not the case anymore. You know what? That's also very true. When wrestling was bad, when WWE was terrible, I wasn't so open about being a WWE fan. I kind of kept that hidden away because it was like, I don't want you knowing that I like this terrible ass show. But now that it's hot and everybody's watching it, it's a little bit easier to talk about it. It's a little bit easier to post it on my personal page without feeling weird about it. You feel me?
Yeah, but it's still going to be those people that don't watch wrestling, so they don't know when it's bad or when it's good, that still think that we're weirdos. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what you can do? If you think
so
I'm weird,
what it is.
Look, if you out there, you watch this show and you think that we're weird because we're a wrestling fan, I need you to do me one favor. I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave us a like, leave us a comment in the comment section. And until next time, this is Wrestling with the Homies. We are out of here.